And my co-host here is Skittles. I am a industry pro chef that is moving into a more lucrative direction in making French fries for Lamb Weston, as I've said before. And Skittles, why don't you go ahead and tell them about what you do in your day-to-day life?
Well, I sell wieners on a regular basis. I find people that lack wieners, and I sell them to the said people that lack wieners.
Why
And
does it
yeah,
always have to be so sus when you say shit? Why isn't there a moment
what's
when you
wrong?
could
What's
just
wrong
say
with
stuff that's
wieners?
normal? There's nothing wrong with wieners. I have a wiener, you have a wiener, but you're not talking about those kinds of wieners.
No, 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 no. Of course, I'm not talking about those kinds of wieners. My business is not sexual by its very nature.
Bro. Okay, whatever. 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 This guy always talking about wieners the first time we get started going live. So working out though. What are you doing to work out these days?
So I'm currently on the PPL split, so push pull legs. So
Push, pull,
I
legs, huh?
I did a pull day today. It says your camera is it's
That's because
showing an
I
OBS.
took down the OBS side. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, all right. That okay.
No reason for me to waste the bandwidth right now.
But yeah, no.
Hearing my voice should be good enough for you.
Yeah, so I'm doing the pull, did the pull split today. So plenty of pull ups. Did monkey bars and did back extensions and all that fun stuff. Bicep curls. You know, it's great. It works.
Yeah,
Chest pulls.
yeah. Which source is it using for this? That's
I have
interesting.
no idea.
You have to let me know if when we get to looking at videos later if it's working correctly. Anyways, polling though, huh? Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm. Are you getting any
I
stronger or are you just
pull.
getting fatter?
I am getting stronger. I can do 5 pull-ups consecutively in 3 sets. So
That's better than me. I don't think I've ever done pull ups comfortably. Not once in my damn life have I enjoyed
I
pull ups. I'll tell you what.
I used to do a lot more pull-ups when I weighed 50 pounds less.
Yeah,
So
that generally would help. Generally, the less weight you have to pull up, the easier it is to do a pull up. Yeah. So, and how does that, like, realistically though, how does that compete with your obsession for donuts? Because, like, I feel like with you, if I remember, it's like
oh, I
you
love donuts.
whenever you come to Tri Cities, first thing you have to do is go and eat a dozen spud nuts solo. Um,
Okay, look, you're comparing donuts to spud nuts. They are not the same thing.
I don't care how you try to phrase it. You and a dozen donuts in the same room is generally a recipe for disaster and delicious at the same time. But also, like, I feel like I half expect to watch you coming in and wrapping a donut around your wiener. Just saying.
I, it depends on which one we're talking about, but yes.
But yes, wait. Okay, there was way too much left in the air for that to be an acceptable response.
Look. I'm just saying, if I wrap the donut around my glizzy, you know, it might work.
I hope you can see just how disappointed I am in you for using that exact series of things at the same time. What's on my mind though? Dude, that's what I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure out what's on his mind. He's talking about donuts and glizzies in the same thought process and something's just not quite hitting here. I'm not listen, we have a logo that features buttholes, but we don't try to talk about our donut holes and our glizzies in the same concept here. Like, you've got to fix yourself. We're all silly?
Uh,
Yeah, well, shit happens.
Look, I'm just saying, it's just like putting a hot dog inside of a bun. It's just around, inside of a donut. You
Uh-huh.
would? Are you saying you'd never try a donut with a hot dog in it? It's just like a kolache.
This and that are not the same, bro. We're no, sir. That is incorrect. This and that are not the same.
Although my original idea for hot dogs was actually a little bit more obscene than my current stand. So
Yeah.
There's that. There is that. Hot dogs on a stick with glazed donuts. I think I was going to call it the glazed hole or something.
The glazed hole. What the fuck?
It's,
Please tell me you weren't
yeah.
gonna do a glizzy glazing like hot dog on a bun. Wait, but also now you kind of need to put the glizzy glazing out. Like that needs.
Yep.
Man, why
Hang
am I
on.
giving you bad ideas?
Is it a bad idea though? If it works, if
To
it makes
call.
dollars, it makes sense.
Did you really? Did
Yes, I
did
did.
did you really just?
Yes, I did.
Did
If
you
it makes
really just
dollars, it
make?
makes sense. Hang on, trying to get this thing to focus. Also, the cat just kind of knocked over my green screen here.
I'm thoroughly disappointed in him. Just so everybody in the audience knows, I'm thoroughly disappointed in the fact that he
And yet,
actually.
you are not doing anything to stop me.
I put myself on full screen just so you didn't have to be visible, for the moment after you said something that retarded. Um,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
yeah, we're gonna have to figure out your camera situation at some point. Oop, went to
Yeah,
the
I need a
wrong
better
scene
camera.
there.
Oh, hang on, it fixed. Whatever happened, whatever I did, just
Whatever
now,
you're
it
at
fixed.
distance wise, you just need to stay there for the rest of the
All right,
podcast. But
I will
also,
not
you need
move.
to fix your fucking green screen. There. Oh, no,
Yeah,
no. It's like you and technical
oh,
difficulties just live together. Here we
yeah, I
go.
know.
Here we
Yeah,
go. We'll just we'll
Yeah,
just leave
I
this
am the
here.
walking embodiment
We'll
of
just
Murphy's Law.
we'll just leave this here for the entire podcast.
If it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
God damn it. Just
And
leaves
if it's a
technical difficulties
sandwich,
in your camera frame for the entire cast. Oh
like if
man.
so there's so you're aware of Murphy's Law, right?
Absolutely.
But have you ever heard of Cole's Law?
I hate you so much right now. You really just tried to pull that on me. Me.
So somebody asked what Cole's Law is.
I dare you. I dare you, Kate. I dare you to ask what the hell Cole's Law is. Don't do it. Somebody's gonna get tied
She
out.
might just message me privately. It's like, what's Cole's Law?
Oh,
It's
God damn
thinly
it.
sliced cabbage and mayonnaise.
Why would you say don't encourage this dumb fuck? I swear to God, we're gonna end up going into this book at some point. I have this lovely novel here that I got for really cheap, but it's a dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
Yeah, it's a
Absolutely.
punderful life. God damn it.
You know when a joke, but you know the point when a joke becomes a dad joke, right?
When, bud? When?
It's it's when it becomes apparent.
My disappointment is astounding. Hello, darkness, mild friend.
It's really all about the delivery too. So
So speaking of weird things I used to do, so cam girls. One of my favorite.
we're diving into cam girls like right out the gate.
Listen. You know why? Because nobody knows what that is anymore. All they know is OnlyFans and Twitch and titty streamers on Twitch. So cam girls. There was a favorite thing I
like
used to do
e-girls,
when I was in
but
my
more naked.
20s. Listen, shut up and let me tell my story. When I was in my 20s, I absolutely loved trolling cam girls. There was just something so innocent and honest about a girl that was already naked in front of a camera. Like, she didn't have much else retort at this point, right? So I would actually go in there, and I had a whole list of terrible dad jokes. Just terrible dad jokes. And I like to go in there when they were like trying to be serious and trying to be cute and trying to be sexy and ruin the entire atmosphere for everybody by giving them horrible dad jokes. I mean, these are already women with father issues, so dad jokes hit home some way special for them. And yeah, so that's how I would hit him
Make
with
them
things,
question life decisions.
dude. All of the life decisions, like it was just obnoxious of me to honestly. I have other stories of similar content with less vulgarity involved, but like I like to go in there and I would hit him with the first one I'd always hit him with is, "Hey, have you tried that new restaurant in the moon? Great food, no atmosphere." Yeah. Yeah, that's the zinger right there. Because that's that one that's like, you get it to the point where it's like anybody could understand it, but it's a groaner, bro. It's a groaner straight down the center of the aisle. Just, and you're just like, ugh, why? No, on trolling people in chats, though, I think my favorite thing, even beyond the cam girls thing, my favorite one has to be trolling Dragon Ball Z fans. So, for a lot of you that are probably entirely too young to have ever experienced this, nevertheless remembered this, a lot of when you were watching anime when you were younger, there wasn't always dedicated websites you could watch anime on, right? It wasn't so simple as I'm going to go to Crunchyroll or oh, I'm going to watch it on Netflix. Like Netflix had like 3 anime. Hulu wasn't even really a thing yet when I was doing this shit. But like literally though. But you would go on to fan sites, and these fan sites would typically host all the episodes that were out. And a lot of them would even do a lot of the translating from Japanese to English to make the subtitles. So you'd go on these fan sites and you'd watch episodes, and there'd be a shitload of banner ads because that's how they paid for themselves. But a lot of times there was always a chat room for the
I
fan
remember those
site.
chat rooms.
There was
I remember
always a
those chat rooms.
let me finish. There was always a chat room that didn't require an account to use. It was just a dialogue box that was running to the right of your fan edits of these anime that you were watching. I loved going to Dragon Ball Z because I hate, and I know this is contentious as fuck for a lot of people, but I hate Dragon Ball Z. I think it's fucking boring. I think the writing is terrible. I think the characters are just awful, with the exception of like Vegeta having the most insanely well built arc of any character growth arc in the entire show. Digressing slightly, though, I like to go in and troll all the super fans in the DBZ chat box that was on the fan page for all these people that would go and watch. And I always did it in special ways. I just kind of acted like I was a doo-doo-doo, like fucking short bus riding bastard all day. And so I would go in there. I would go in there, and I remember the first name. Because you could assign yourself a temporary name for each session. Every time you logged in, you could sign in with a temporary fake name that people would see in the chat, and it would disappear every time you reloaded the page. So you'd have to put a new name in every time you switched episodes, and it would be the same chat group but different name every time. And the first one I ever put in that got me banned by a mod almost instantly, which again, it's not an IP log, it's not a user account. So you just refresh the page and the ban goes away instantly. Was Mr. Satan's Cult. started off strong. Started off strong with Mr. Satan's Cult. And I was talking about how cool Mr. Satan was and how impressive he was to compete at such a high level in martial arts for somebody that didn't use ki energy. Like, I knew enough about the show to make the jokes hit home. And there'd be people in the chat that were laughing because they could tell I was trolling. And then there were the weebs. Oh my god, did the weebs rage. The weebs would rage so hard. That's not funny. You can't name yourself Mr. Satan's Cult. Mr. Satan's a joke. He doesn't even measure up to other characters in the show. Finally, after a little while, the mod's like, okay, you gotta change your name up. Like, you can't stick with that. First of all, like, the Satan's thing, like, you know what you were doing here. Okay, fine, whatever. So I dropped Mr. Satan's Cult and changed my name to my favorite character, Super Vageater. Spelled Vageater, Super Vegeta. I said, I love Vegeta. He's my favorite. I love when his hair goes all white and pokey. So I'm just sitting there talking about my favorite character, Super Vegeta. And everybody's like, no, that's not how you spell his name. I was like, what do you mean? His name's Vegeta. Just being an absolute monster. And after a few minutes, they made me change my name again. So I changed my name again. And this one is the one that I think was just truly the cream of the crop. I named myself Gogeta. job. And to this day, I still think that is the most clever temporary user tag I've ever run. Because there was no changing anything. I just added job to the end of Gogeta. Which, if you think about the spelling for it, it literally read as "go get a job." Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how I trolled an entire DBZ fan base for a month straight, just constantly swapping into funny ass names, and to the point where everybody was mad about Gogeta job, but the mod thought it was so damn funny she wouldn't kick me or make me change.
It is honestly, I remember those chat rooms. The website is called Chatango, by the way. I spent way too much time in Chatango.
Chatango was the host site for that?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
interesting.
I got involved with one on a adult anime site.
Oh.
Yeah. It was actually pretty cool group of people. But whenever I was watching Soul Eater, like binge watching Soul Eater, there was one that I would always troll. There's like one guy that had his name set to like the the blackest guy around or something. I don't know.
Okay, sure.
I sent him the link that I just sent you. It's the Giles theme goes with everything.
Oh, okay. I haven't pulled that up. Hold on.
Yeah, well, I mean, you might not show it. I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But he thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Does that say Super KFC? I'm not even sure I can open that while I'm live, bro. You know what? You know what?
If we go down because of Giles theme goes with the KFC commercial, then so be.
For all the pickles.
It's not. There's no. I don't know. Is there sound?
I guarantee the stream can hear it.
Oh no. Giles theme goes with everything.
I'm not sure I understood what happened there.
It's a guy enjoying fried chicken.
That's it?
That's it. He is thoroughly enjoying fried chicken.
I think it gets worse. Hold on. This is a rabbit hole we're apparently going down now. Also, hold on. Kate, what do you mean by FA and FF? Please explain that while we're watching this.
F around and find out.
Oh, you have to fuck around and find out. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
he already handled it.
Talking about coleslaw.
Why? Who has time to make dumb shit like this? I don't understand.
I just honestly the MIDI version of this song is just phenomenal.
I'm so confused. Oh, you can curse all you want. I mean, this is literally shitcast. This is Fecal Matters, baby. I almost feel like I need to download this and make this my opening video. Like, this is the video that when we start the stream, before we ever start talking to anybody, it opens to this. Just a dude eating chicken. Oh, fuck, this is awful.
Oh, man. Honestly, this is probably more offensive than the first one.
This is probably more offensive than the first one. Holy fuck, it's 2.5 minutes long.
We got 45 seconds left. Let's get through it.
Alec, I see you in the chat. Welcome in. It's late as hell for you, isn't it? Or early as hell? How you gonna sit there and not say hi to me, Alec? How rude. It's 2:24 in the morning, my dude. Because it shows you on the moderator list, and you're a moderator, so. It does make sense. It does make sense. What? Oh no, this is not how I wanted this cast to go, but I can't not see a meat canyon of Pawn Stars. Oh. Everybody hold your colons. This is gonna get weird. I'm not even sure it's legal to show Meat Canyon on.
Christ,
Oh,
the
Jesus.
Son of God, or the Messiah, whatever you want to call it.
Wow. Jesus was the Son of God. I mean, this guy was a big deal. Is he
fuck's
still
sake.
operational? Or, I mean,
Yes, sir. Yes, he is.
okay, well, let me stab him once here. One more time. How about one more time for good measure? Wow, how cool. Now, let me ask, how much are you trying to get for this thing?
You
How
know,
much you
my
trying to
wife
get for
said
this
it's either
thing?
me or Jesus that has to go. So
He's gonna ask for
I
10
was
pieces of
just wanting
silver.
Easy $2,000 for this dude. Keep the
Oh,
light
they
happy.
Oh,
missed
we
the
just
obvious
called our
joke.
Jesus expert.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm not sure how to price a man nailed to a piece of plywood, so let me call my buddy. He's an expert on this stuff, and he can help gauge what something like this might be worth.
Sure, no problem.
Now, this is a sweet find, but I just want to be sure that buying this emaciated
Do you see
dude
the
isn't gonna
fucking
just end up being a
back there?
decoration in my shop.
What is this?
Why is he such a jump truck on ass? Like,
Thanks for coming in. So, what can you tell me about this guy? I mean, is this the real
Sir,
Jesus
help me.
Christ? Oh, yes. Jesus Christ is the shepherd, the Son of God. You can tell by his scraggly beard and crown of thorns that this is a tortured man. The way the nails are hammered into his wrist clearly shows that this is the real guy. We have paintings of Jesus with nails through his hands, but it was in fact his wrist. In
he's
my
so
professional
jacked.
opinion,
Look at his six pack.
this is the creature that has magical
know.
abilities. He is neither man nor monster. He is the one and only God. Jeez, okay. Sorry if you're a Buddhist or something. So in your opinion,
Jesus.
what's this thing worth?
Fuck's sake.
In my professional opinion, this thing is rare. I mean, Jesus is a big guy. People are waiting
come
for
on,
this
go
guy
for
to
the
come
obvious
back,
joke.
and I guess we know where he's been. So I would say $7 trillion.
Jesus.
Thank you, sir. So, given that you heard this
dumb
thing's worth
truck of
$7
an
trillion,
ass.
Come
what's
on.
the best you can do for me?
Well, considering the information that I learned, I think $3 trillion is more than fair.
Man, I don't know. I just don't know if this is gonna sell. I could do about $400.
Could you do like 500 billion?
I could do about 450. Could you do 450 for me?
Well, the wife will be
Come on.
happy to have this eyesore out of the house, so we have a deal.
Oh
I'm happy with the amount I was given today. I know it's less than I expected, but I know my wife will be happy to not have that man screaming at all
Did that
hours
say?
of the night
Wait, did that
anymore.
say Ben
Screaming
Stiller?
at all hours of the night anymore. That man screaming at all hours of the less than I expected.
Oh,
but
Ben
my
Seller.
wife will be
Oh,
happy to
okay.
not have that man screaming at all hours of the night anymore.
Oh, look at me! I'm the Son of God.
Forgive them, Father. They know not what they do.
They know not what they do.
No.
They know not what they do. Thanks for watching the video. Click here to
Okay,
check out my
they
second channel.
really
It has more
missed
wacky
out on the
cartoons
obvious
and
joke.
silly videos. Bye-bye.
I mean,
obvious
I
joke being-
don't know about present company, but I'm slightly traumatized though. I wasn't expecting
I'm
that
just-
to be that extreme.
I'm just saying, if,
I should
if they
know
said
better.
best I can do is 10 silver pieces, that would have taken the cake.
10 silver pieces. Yeah, is that so? God, man,
yeah, so
that was brutal
Is-
though.
Because that's what he was sold for in the Bible.
All right, let's
Okay.
move on to less fucked up shit somehow. I mean, this is
Let's-
shitcast, but I didn't think we were going down that rabbit hole that quickly. Anyways, mead. You had mentioned to me the other day you were talking about mead, and I was curious because last year you brought me a delicious honey mead. What kind of honey mead are you making this year?
So I got two different batches. I got some regular mead, and I got some strawberry mead.
Oh, is strawberry mead mine? I need to know that this alcoholic bastard is going to be drinking it.
I can bring you some. You're not going to get the whole thing.
Oh, I see. So you're being stingy.
Well, it has nothing to do with me being stingy. It's just that part of it is Oakley's, so I can't take all
Part
of it.
of it is Oakley's. That's fair. That's fair. Hold on, Miss Kate says. What are we holding for?
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yes, he makes mead, but he doesn't drink any of it.
I did put some in my dinner tonight, but I cooked it.
He cooks all the good part out of it. He doesn't cook the good part out of the parts he gives me, I should point out. Like, I get the good stuff. You love mead? We love mead. That's why he makes me mead. It's delicious.
Yeah. I did have some thoughts about becoming a bootlegger. You know.
Don't do that. There's legal ways to go around selling alcohol these days. Don't do that. Don't be a bootlegger. Dumb fuck.
Yeah, just make it, and then people can donate money to me, and as gratitude, I leave a bottle of mead on the ground for them to find later.
Fucking hell. No, so on to the, still talking about the mead thing. How is that as a process? Like, how long does it take? What all are the basic steps? Is it simple distillation? Is it do you have to distill it once or twice? What's the deal?
So, you put together, so ingredients are really simple. The recipe I got is from a channel called I think it's called City Stead Brewing, something like that. I don't know. But they have a really simple recipe. It's bread yeast, honey, black tea, water, and of course and I think that's it.
The
and
tea,
raisins.
when you say the tea part, it actually makes a lot of sense, but I'm kind of curious how they came to tea. Like, how did they get to tea?
Well, they wanted to give it, additional body and whatnot, and give it and all the good stuff that comes in a good alcohol.
Yeah. So it's basically to replace
where that came from.
So it's like all the floral stuff that you'd want. I think you're having just a little bit of internet difficulty again.
Yeah. No, I'm currently a Disney Pixar animation. So
yeah, you're having some literal internet difficulties once more. We're just gonna go ahead and throw the technical difficulties label on you, that where it belongs.
There we go.
It's becoming a slow but permanent part of your character frame.
What this thing is.
Oh God.
Try that. See if that'll fix it.
All that bouncing back and forth, bro. That was a lot. That was a lot. So, some interesting news for Twitch viewers and Twitch in general is that they're actually going to be taking away the Nintendo Switch Twitch app. They're putting it to an end. I guess the last day is going to be January 31st, 2024. Their reasoning for it is the amount of complaints they've been getting. So if you have not used the Twitch app on a Switch, it does not allow you to see chat. It does not allow you to do any subs or interacts or really anything except watch a live channel on Twitch. All the 20 Nintendo Switch users are crying now. Well, you know what's actually really funny about that, Alec, is that I know for a fact there were several people that watched it on their Switch. They watched this channel on their Switch, and I always thought it was weird because they would be there, they'd be watching my stream, but they would not be interacting, which is like most viewers tend to want to interact with me, which is normal. Like, you don't go to a Twitch stream with a smaller Twitch streamer, for that matter, to not actually have meaningful interactions with said Twitch streamer. So it actually makes a lot of sense that they want to get rid of it, only because they do not wish to put the effort in to develop it. I think they've just decided maybe the Switch doesn't have the greatest of capabilities. I don't know. My problem is that maybe it doesn't affect my channel so much. Why are you holding up 3? Why?
That's for Kate.
Oh, that's for Kate?
That's for Kate.
Why?
Don't ask.
I have
to.
To.
Know the answer.
Dude, we just watched.
Know the answer.
Bro, we just watched a Meat Canyon video. How much worse could it possibly get from here?
She was asking about a certain number of donuts.
Is it things you've done to donuts? Is that why I don't want the answer?
No.
I'm scared. Oh god, now I want to put that on. That's such a terrible video.
Also, you should check your Discord messages real quick.
Check my Discord messages real quick.
Yes.
Things you've done to donuts. Alec would like to know about these things you've done to donuts.
The things I've done to donuts.
Are you complaining that I don't
it's-
have the live version of the stream up for you?
Yes, I want to see it on Discord because I don't want to be watching, the playback.
God, you make my life difficult.
I know. I'm such a terrible.
I don't think you
human
know
being.
how much that actually stretches my broadband to do that, but whatever else.
Does it?
Absolutely, it does.
Oh well.
Because now I'm streaming an extra screen as well as an actual camera, while also supporting the entire live stream on one
I know.
wire.
I'm just sitting here mooching.
You're an absolute pain in my ass, but I still love you, so it's okay. Anyway,
So it's not how many things I've done to donuts. It's how many donuts I've done one thing to.
Okay, what? No, I don't like where this is going.
That's why I said don't ask.
Why are you glazing donuts that way?
I'm not glazing donuts.
I don't believe you anymore.
You don't have to believe me.
I don't know if I want to not believe you anymore. She
I'm not
says
lying
don't
to you.
ask. This is Shitcast. We're open to a lot of fucked up things. There is a mature tag on this channel now. What the fuck are we talking about? You are not to leave me out of the loop while we are live. You're yelling at him right now.
She's not yelling at me. I haven't seen any text. Just all the last message she sent was, "You've been holding out on me."
With the donut porn? Or the mead?
I guess both.
Mead,
thoroughly
obviously.
enjoying this. I'm thoroughly
Oh.
enjoying this.
Oh no. I don't want no
don't even think it
donuts
matters,
from
everybody.
Skittles. Skittles
When we talk-
donuts
when we
got
talk
some
about shit that
weird
doesn't really matter.
glaze.
Sometimes it does.
I mean, we talk about random shit. That's the point. The point is that we talk about whatever we feel like, which is so different than another pointed podcast, right?
On a scale
So-
of 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how embarrassed are you feeling right now,
Who?
Kate?
Kate, you're being interacted with. How embarrassed are you?
I'm going to guess at least a 7.
Why
It's
are
not
you
really
okay? But wait, why are you embarrassed for Skittles being a weird perv? A donut fucking idiot. As compared to a Gordon Ramsay style fucking donut idiot.
Again, we're talking about old Rafferty
You're
that
shy?
did many things.
That did many stop. We're done with this. We're moving forward from here. So digressing again back to the Twitch situation. Chat, of course, I would love to hear your input as well. How do you feel about that, though? Because I know you don't watch a ton of Twitch. I know you mostly just watch Twitch for the drops. Personally, I think any resource that allows somebody to watch my channel is a positive, even if it's not always perfect. But what do you think of it?
Waiting for the responses to come in. It seems my input on the whole Switch situation is it seems like Switch is fairly obsolete as a system when it comes to streaming.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, because like PC does it way better, and then PS5, and then Xbox S or whatever iteration they decide to go with. Like they are built to be comparable to PCs and meant for streaming.
Any console is just asked to use Twitch on. So you guys, as mostly viewers rather than mostly streamers, and because I feel like I do have an odd man's out situation here, because I don't view as many streams as I actually just run. I run a hell of a lot more hours of streaming than I actually watch. But so yeah, from a just watching point of view, you just hate watching on console. But isn't there an inordinate amount of like younger people that use their consoles to view streams these days? Obviously not me, because I'm PC Master Race to the end of the world, but I don't know. It just seems like something that just like to me. Interesting. I don't know. I just feel like I'm losing out. I feel like closing out one more market of audience share doesn't really help anybody. But then again, if they can't actually collect, if they can't actually collect like subs and donations and shit through there, I guess it's not such a big deal. As far as Twitch's end of it goes, it's not really a revenue horse the way they'd want it to be. When it takes 20 minutes to type a sentence on a console. I mean, okay, but to be fair, you can buy a cheap keyboard and plug it into an Xbox or a PS5. And I know people that have done that. I've got loose keyboards that I use for my consoles whenever I just want to log into something. Because God bless if you ask me to fucking enter my password on a keypad. Oh. Your microphone's moving funny. Tell me that's your leg going and not your hand.
Yeah, no, it's my leg going. I'm tapping
Oh,
my
okay,
leg.
okay. I just saw the mic.
Handshake.
Hands up. No one's getting too busy with their fucking palms over here. No Pamela Henderson today, okay? Okay.
No, Jill.
Speaking of Nintendo stuff, we're going to go ahead and swap to this. There is a new patent for a potential Nintendo 4DS. I think that's crazy. Does anybody else think that's crazy? Let's look at this article together. For what app successor to the 3DS, the 4DS, the patent is apparently one that was filed recently. I would like to point out, that's interesting. Folding Nintendo phone? Wait. Curb. Wait. I want that. Don't say that out loud. I would totally fucking buy that, and that's a problem. Wait. How cool would that be?
That just makes me think of a refrigerator salesman. Look at this thing over here. Keeps your food cold.
Okay, but hear me out, Skittles. A Nintendo 4DS, but it's a cell phone.
Okay, so you could play 50 more games.
A lot more games. Are you serious? And it would have a fucking touch, all the control pads and the touch screen.
Sure.
It's like, you know what it really makes me think of? It makes me think of that one old phone from when we were in school. Sidekick? Was that what it was called? It was called the Sidekick, right?
I never had a smartphone in school.
No, it wasn't a smartphone. It wasn't a smartphone. It was the gaming phone.
No.
Hold on.
Way too advanced for my parents' budget.
Sidekick, cell phone. Watch me just doing everything wrong. Sidekick, cell phone, images. So this is the Sidekick. Yeah. It was a gaming phone because it had a full keypad and everything.
Although the only thing that I actually truly had that you doubted the existence of
Shut up.
was the Sega Genesis handheld.
I knew where you were about to go and I told you to shut up.
You're like, that thing doesn't exist. It's not real.
These were cool though. These cell phones. Like, the cool kids had these because the fucking flip out keyboard and the screen that would change orientation when you opened it up. Yeah, these were popular for real. Are we just old that no one remembers the Sidekick? Scott is not much younger than me, so the fact that he doesn't remember the Sidekick actually hurts me. The Nomad was lit.
I never cared about it.
Oh man, now we gotta pull up Sega Nomad for people.
The Sega Nomad Genesis.
Yes. I mean, there was only the Sega Genesis Nomad.
No, there was the Sega Genesis, which was a...
Well, yeah, the Sega Genesis
console.
was just the standard console, although the Nomad worked as a full Sega Genesis. Minus the fact that you couldn't do the expansion slot. Because the Sega Genesis allowed you to expand the console with the 16 bits.
Yep.
Yeah, it was cool. Oh, Xpedia, do you and Curb know each other? That's cool. That's really cool. I'm so happy. Did you guys find each other through me, or did you guys know each other before? Because Curb's in one of my Discord channels from like way back at this point. All right. Let's see. Man, now you got me down a weird rabbit hole from Void Rising. Yeah. That makes sense. Wait What was I doing here? Got me all sidetracked. So, 4DS, though. First of all, Curb, great idea. Definitely needs to be a cell phone. Because I would fucking live for that. That'd be so cool. Because you got the outside screen. Oh, because you got the outside screen, though. Oh,
I will
no,
say,
that's dangerous.
if they did a Legend of Zelda phone, I would buy it.
Listen, you gotta stop talking things that make me uncomfortable.
Or, you know what?
But it couldn't be a Switch 2, right? Like, there's no way. Listen, there's no way the Nintendo 4DS would ever be a Switch 2, right?
No, they could probably do it.
Would it be like the Samsung flip phone? Yes, except it would have Nintendo technology in it, which means that they could actually run Nintendo cartridges. But I wonder.
What if the actual things could, like, there'd be like clip-on things for the phone itself that's served as the, I don't know what the
Well, okay, but look at this. This is
like little magnetic strips.
Well,
like
but look at this. Strips. Look at what I'm trying to show you here. If you look on the screen, size comparison wise to the Switch, it could basically be a Switch 2. This could be the Switch 2. Like, what if, though, right? I'm not crazy.
A cell phone that can play Switch games. I think that would actually be
the hottest shit ever. Yes, I agree. It would be the greatest thing. I already want an excuse to carry a Nintendo Switch in my pocket. If you told me it was my cell phone as well, I mean, I'm never getting any work done ever again, but, like, I'd have a really cool phone. Until I couldn't afford to pay the bill on it anymore because I'm too busy not working. Imagine the repossessions.
Do I just need to buy you one outright for Christmas or something?
No, don't you dare. Look at this, though.
Do you think this is going to be released for Christmas, or is it going to be released early next year?
I don't think this is anywhere close to done. If they're actually doing a 4DS, it's nowhere close to done. A massive change to the formula would be too much of a shock to the market and takes a lot of risks when a Switch 2 or Switch Pro is an obvious slam dunk. I agree with what he's saying in the impressions. I could run Mario Kart on my phone during break. Dude, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, how much of a menace would that be? Not to mention, like, at my job, if I'm doing a good job at my job, most of my job is to sit there and wait for something to go wrong.
Curbstorm, I like the word possibilitos.
Possibilitos? That is not what that
possibilitos.
Says. Oh, so imagine the possibilitos. Oh, above it. Okay, I only saw the possibilities. But, like, imagine, though, if that was if this is the real version of the Switch 2, though, like, cell phone meme aside, if this is the actual Switch 2, I don't know, man. It's really good, but it needs to at least hold up to the power.
I think a folding cell phone, if they're going to do it, it needs to be better than the Samsung one, because the Samsung one is just kind of ass.
The Samsung one's terrible. Actually, they just released one recently. Not to shill for our good friends China. OnePlus Open. This is the phone I am considering upgrading to. Maybe. Because it's expansive. But look how pretty this thing is. It's there foldable.
Never settle.
It's there foldable, but it's actually so damn clean. Don't try to sell me stuff right now. I'm busy. But no, it's a nice phone, but it's $1,500, and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah,
half the reason I buy from you guys. You get a Razr before a Flip 5, 100% understand the sentiment. I really, really do. So, let's see.
Tom Macdonald.
You want to go over the Tom Macdonald thing right now?
We can go. I mean, unless you got something else you want to talk about first.
So, Scott kind of helped bring this one on. We've been talking a lot about American politics and weird shit, and so we're going to go ahead and go over these videos real quick. We've got one here that's kind of a short react from another guy. I wish I could full screen this shit, but it doesn't let you.
I mean, I'm not that mad at the past. I mean, it was only a couple of centuries. Well, actually, I'm pissed, but won't let that be my identity. So on behalf of all blacks, I forgive and don't want to be enemies. Just say you're sorry and talk to me nice. This is comedic. If you get offended, that's a reflection of your own life and how you failed to live it right. So it's not black versus white, it's wrong versus right. Cause color is just a result of these multiple factors that we didn't choose. I mean, mom, dad, race, religion, things we're born into. Generational curses that get undone once we undo moves. See life from a different view beyond our own.
Hey, did he just like start something up? Hold on. Did they just use songs like end it?
Yes, segregated, but
So I can't remember this guy's name, but every time I come across him on TikTok, I really like this guy. All of his raps are super, super clean. It's Dax. Thank you, Alec. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's Dax on TikTok. If you guys, for those of you that haven't seen Dax on TikTok, you really should go check him out. I would have told you that even if we hadn't come across him in partnership with Tom Macdonald making a song about basically ending racism. Yeah. And how racism doesn't really exist outside of the forced being of racism. TikTok account inspections, when? Oh, yeah, we still got to do those. That'd be fun to do as something that we do like at the end of a podcast one of these times. But we should definitely do that, Curb. We definitely should. But yeah, so it's the song is called, it's got Adam Calhoun and Dax, it's called Black and White. We're going to go ahead and watch it all together right now. I will pause as many times as I fucking feel like, because if I want to talk about a particular bar or something, we're definitely going to go into it.
Wait, I'm wondering if this is the same song.
It is the exact same song.
Oh.
I picked this one because of the clip you sent me. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Tom Macdonald. Tom Macdonald gets a lot of shit for sounding like Eminem, which is why he's ironically wearing an Eminem shirt in this, which Eminem hates, by the way. Eminem hates that Tom Macdonald is out here repping Eminem as well. So he does it to kind of be on the nose and fuck with people, but he's trying to be provocative because he's trying to get attention, because he wants people to kind of listen to the words in his songs and try to maybe pick up on the importance of the world. As we all know, America, those of you that aren't American, those of you that are American, those of you around the world that deal with bullshit from America, you guys know that right now our country is kind of in a weird spot where everybody's a little bit divisive. The elections are being fucked with on a royal scale to no end. And a lot of it tends to center around race, which I don't understand. When I grew up, I honest to God did not know what racism was until I was 18. Not because I hadn't heard of the concept, but because where I grew up, you didn't worry about it. It wasn't a problem. You grew up with black kids, you grew up with white kids, you grew up with Mexicans, you grew up with everybody. It didn't fucking matter. Skin color was not important. It was about what you could do. It was about how you handled yourself. And I've only ever seen this start to come back around since I've been older. But I love that there's people like this that come out here and make videos and songs like this that try to support the idea of unity and not letting government kind of trick us into hating each other.
hop in the truck. 10 of my buddies are already drunk. We don't go nowhere that doesn't have liquor and cigarettes. Riding mechanical bulls in the club. We like to hunt, leave with a gun. Come back tomorrow, we covered in blood with a bucket of guts. We all tough for the and we pop in the clutch, we ain't stuck in the mud. I'm the white boy with the baseball bat, bunch of face tattoos and a NASCAR hat in a backyard like scrapyard. Got a glass jar full of tobacco that's blacker than asphalt. Rolling with hundreds of crackers who acting like animals. They cannot handle their alcohol. We the white boys from the backwoods and the bad hoods in the trailer park trash that pack guns. When I was younger, they taught me to struggle and hustle like 200 bikers, and they were my brothers. We coming for blood and you running for cover. Addicted to drugs in the gutter and drunker than anyone leaving the club.
I kind of wish there was some lyrics up. I thought this would have lyrics on the video.
You should be able to do the closed captions.
I did, and it did not work.
It didn't. Well, it didn't pull it
did
up.
not want to generate closed captions. Hold on. And I wonder if it's also because of the speed at which he raps. Like, it definitely isn't helping. And I think he's rapping. He doesn't normally rap this fast. I think he's kind of on it because he's working with Dax, and Dax has kind of a flow that he tends to follow.
Yeah.
Let me see.
What's the name of this song here?
Let me see. Just give me a second. Black and white lyrics. I swear I can spell, guys. I swear I'm not actually this stupid. Tom Macdonald.
Yeah, here's one. It's through Rap City though.
Where the hell? There it is. No, that's If I Was Black. That's not the right song. Boys. You're not stupid, you're hungry. Use genius. Or is genius a different thing?
Here we go. I got the lyrics.
Okay, I got lyrics too. Hold on. We can make this work.
I'm gonna need to take a very short break, just because I just felt a particular movement that needs to be.
Is it the bowel orientation?
Yes.
Nice.
So if you wanna talk to them about many different things while I go relieve myself.
I'm gonna continue on with what we're doing. I'm sorry, but that's just how life goes. Okay, here we go. We got the lyrics up. Use Genius, the website. Interesting. I have to look it up next time. I already found it now.
Chain smoking, my lungs hurt, my neck red, got sunburns, bumping Eminem, we all know the words, bunch of white boys flipping hella birds. Hillbilly really don't care if you like them, little bit of moonshine fire inside them, kill him in a minute, don't care who's fighting. You don't wanna trip on the kids of Vikings, camo and mullets and cowboy hats out in public, got ammo stashed in my cousins and cashing addicts and cupboards. They all dissing, we don't listen, can't hear it no more. We gone fishing, they gone missing, I told y'all before. I be on some white people, hanging out the window of a truck, yelling, I don't give a
What the fuck? I haven't actually listened to this song yet. I just saw Dax on it and wanted to know. People, shit.
Jumping out the plane, no parachute, so I'ma get the sooner. I ain't learned from school, always ditch Ferris Bueller. Screw your little truck, my square body over there's cooler. Every white boy.
Okay, this may not be the song I think it is, but let's be honest, this hits hard. This hits good. Okay. Does anyone else hear the obvious Eminem parody here, by the way? Like, I can't be crazy for that, right? Does anyone else hear it? Because I'm hearing it. What was the song that he did that in? That was a very, very distinct Eminem sound just now. Like, I know he's doing it to take shots at Eminem when he says it. He mentioned Eminem as well, but also just now, the actual, like, tempo of the lyrics.
Alright. That feels way better.
I don't listen to mainstream music, so I wouldn't know. Oh, okay. I know which one I'm thinking of. I just can't think of the song name itself, but that was a very Eminem flow. People, shit. People, shit.
Yes, segregated, but I'm still in the mix. I've been with Timer before he got canceled for speaking the truth about the world and exposing it for what it actually is. I see race as an issue, I'm running it back to the government to tell them this is a democratic, liberated, conservative, patriarchy dipped in action affirmative.
Ooh! Oh, holy fuck, that line.
It's going hard.
I see race as an issue, I'm running it back to the government and tell them this is a democratic, liberated, conservative patriarchy dipped in an affirmative action affirmative hit song. Fuck. Basically, he's calling out affirmative action. He's calling out them using race as a way of controlling people.
Hit song, bet they still cut me a check. State that I'm in as my mind is way deeper than color. I ain't think I'm blue versus red. I'm in control, conceal that I'm carrying more than you know. One in the chamber that's ready to blow. Right at you push you claiming you won't. I'ma keep praying that you get exposed. I promise. I'm not abiding by rule that you set for me. I'm not that mad at the past. I mean, it was only a couple of centuries. Well, actually, I'm pissed, but won't let that be my identity. So on behalf of all blacks, I forgive and don't want to be enemies. Just like you're sorry and talk to me nice. This is comedic. If you get offended, that's a reflection of your own life and how you failed to live it right. So it's not black versus white. It's wrong versus right. Cause color is just a result of these multiple factors that we didn't choose. I mean,
okay.
Man.
That is hard.
Like, here's the thing.
This is comedic. If you get offended, that's a reflection of your own life. Like, if you can't listen to this song and appreciate what they're saying, that's on you. How you fail to live it, and how you fail to live it right. So it's not black versus white, it's wrong versus right. Fuck, bro.
So, so on behalf of blacks, I forgive and don't want to be enemies.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement.
I haven't heard anyone giving Dax shit about this, and I think this is a fairly... This song's been out for a minute now. August 25th, yeah. Fuck.
But, man, no. So, but also the placement of it's not black versus white, it's wrong versus right. I think that, tell me if you think if I'm full of shit here, but the whole left wing, right wing, I think that line of
that's not even a
black versus
thing.
white.
It's not even just
wrong
that.
versus right.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But even then, like left and right wing, it's all a lie. They're all in cahoots. All the people that have been in government for just generations, they're all in cahoots. They're all playing the same game.
It's not a reference to the politicians though.
Yeah. I'm just saying they're all playing the same game. They know what they're doing. They know that if they want to keep up just enough tension to the American populace to keep us focused on that tension and thinking, yeah, they're fighting each other for... No, they're not. They're not fighting shit. They really don't give a fuck.
Yeah, because right now...
Generational curses that get undone once we undo moves. See life from a different view beyond our own skewed, manipulated by the news. Crude truth, things they use to confuse the masses. Put us in social...
Ooh, manipulated by the news, crude truth, things they use to confuse the masses. Dax is spitting, bro. Holy fuck.
Classes separated by percentages paid for taxes, income brackets, clothes, cars, shoes, size of vases. I bet they're trying to blackmail me once I black out all these demographics and push past the stereotypical average and get blackballed and they cut all my traffic. Oh my god, he be on some black people. Every time they see me pulling up, they be like, oh my god, he be on some white people.
Ooh, okay. Okay. That shit got wild by the end. Yeah, I think Race War would have been a better representation of what I was trying to cover here, but either way, I still... Like, Tom Macdonald and Calhoun didn't do what I was expecting in that song, but damn, Dax really said it all, though. Dax really said some shit I felt was, like, super important. So this is Race War. This one's a little bit easier to follow.
As long as you hating on the Caucasians, teaching white kids that their shade's the same as school shooters and rapists. Maybe I'm tripping because the white children have been getting taught that they got white privilege by the white guys in the high heels who identify as the white women. I'm not proud to be white, but I'm fine with it because I'm not allowed to have pride in it. Because the colonizers and the white bigots made white history my business. I ain't never gonna give a damn if you like me. I ain't gon' trip when they stereotype me. I'm a white boy and a white boy like me knows that all lives matter. Bite me. When I was younger, they taught me to never see color, to treat every man as if he was my brother. But now that we're grown up, we hate one another for all of the ways that we struggle and suffer. They coming for blood and we running for cover. The government wants us divided and dumber, addicted and drunk in the gutter, so we never wake up and never recover. Call me culture vulture cause I rap good. I don't pop Zans or smoke backwoods, but they call me a wigger and label me Hitler and hate like I'm wearing a Klan hood. It ain't left or right or black or white, it's good and evil. Elite folks ain't normal people. United we stand and divided we fall. America, we gotta get real. You were segregated, that was you were enslaved, they did not care.
Jesus. I feel like if more people listen to songs like this and less of the news and less of trying to find a reason to dislike each other, the world could be a lot simpler. Not just simpler, but better. Like people really do. I feel like it's something I really ran into a lot when I was in Texas. I got a lot of hate just being around, and it was like, dude, I'm here, I'm working with you. I don't see you any differently than I see anybody else. But man, I got hated on a lot for just being white. It was a really weird experience after living in, Washington State my whole life, to go down there and just not be liked because I was white. And it was like, what did I ever do to you? Like, what have I ever done to any of you? I don't even know you yet. And I feel like this song really, it doesn't really exaggerate. I'd love to say it's an exaggeration, but it's kind of the facts. Like, you hear it all the time in the news.
Out there, that's trauma in your DNA, causing what we see today. I pray to God you staying strong. Don't want to see no man in pain. You white folks, I'm embarrassed. Some of y'all are such Karens. That prejudice you inherited was racism from your parents. Get that poison out your veins. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in our graves. Just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the well, go get that. You gon' die before you 25, get shot over your shoes. You gon' get killed by police even when you follow the rules. If you listen to the news, you gon' believe all this is true. I ain't feel no white guilt, they don't ride for me when I'm killed. I guess white lies don't matter, sad, but that's the way that I feel. I feel like they feel like I don't know what they all call.
So there's a point to what he said there that nobody likes to talk about because, it doesn't really fit the narrative, or maybe because people just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are just attention seeking at this point, but he says nobody's going to ride for me when I die. He's referring to the fact that there is an inordinate amount of shootings in general that are happening every year. And a lot of them do tend to be white. It's not black people getting shot all the time. It's not white people getting shot all the time, but like, it's definitely a lot more realistic to assume that police are just shooting people they don't need to be shooting. A lot of cops are undertrained. They're nervous. They pull guns when they really should be pulling tasers most of the time, or fucking pepper spray for that matter. Like, good God, you could put my ass to the ground with pepper spray. It wouldn't take any effort. I would be fucking flatlined. I'd be like, just fucking rinse my eyes out, please. Like, I don't disagree with what he's saying. I do understand the focus that it seems like there is a certain amount of discrimination. I've always stood by that, but
there's a lot more attention on the minorities of these particular shootings and these particular incidents, that it's not representative of the outrage.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the outrage is not equivalent to what is actually happening.
Kate, I will get to what you're mentioning after I'm done with this. I think we're about done. I'm not going to go through the whole song. I just want to hear a few more bars. True. True. They want us in a race war. Ooh. I think I'm going to be done with that, but you guys can understand the message I was kind of like wanting. I really hope it's something that people actually get to see a lot more of out of Tom Macdonald. Obviously some of his songs are just rap songs. Like, I've listened to a lot of his music. Some of his songs are just fucking classical rap music. There's no real message to them. There's some real fucking party bullshit going on. Some of it's just life story stuff. It's why I used to listen to a ton of DMX. I still do listen to a ton of DMX because everything in his music was from his life, and it felt relatable to be able to understand and see things from his point of view through his music. You had mentioned Sheriff. I swear to God, I can spell.
Sheriff Chitwood.
Chitwood
with a C.
In Volusia County.
I think she's actually just talking about the.
She's saying his policies are really good. Oh shit, he was in the FBI. Is that what I just saw? No. Oh, okay. FBI National Academy. Nice. Oh wow, and he's out of Philly? This guy's had a pretty decorated career, honestly. In Philadelphia. So what is it about him? Watch some news videos of him?
Yeah. News clips. Sheriff Chitwood.
Am I going to get myself in trouble watching this shit?
It's CNN. It's educational.
Yo. Yes, sir. Yeah, turn in there, all right?
So we got an officer pulling a guy over.
Alpha 45, Central 12F. 10-4. He turned left on Catalina. Did you see a black Mercedes go this way?
Did that dude speed off the second?
45 Central, I just got flagged down. He's still headed westbound on Catalina, headed towards the YMCA. It's got a cover plate, and it should be a temp tag.
Did that dude just take off the second the cop got in his car? That was the most feckless spike strip throw I've ever seen. I don't think this is what you meant for me to watch. These cops ain't shit. No, they really aren't. So you know a good chunk. Why does he have his gun out? I don't understand why this officer already has his gun out.
I hope they don't have it. Turn the car off, motherfucker! Turn it off! Oh. Good job. Please sit here. Please sit here.
I ain't moving.
Vehicles can be used as weapons? True. But again, start from a taser.
Coming up on your rear, Sheriff. Get on the ground. Do it now. Right there. Go down. Right there.
Depending on where you put that 9mm, yeah. Like,
Rest of the car's clear.
Dumbest reason of all time, too. I know. You could have killed 15 people within the last couple of years.
I don't think this is what you meant for me to look up.
no, she was saying look up some newscasts about that specific sheriff.
I know. "38 told people in 4chan forum to put a bullet in Chitwood's head because of the sheriff's aggressive stance against anti-Semitic." I mean, keyboard warriors at their finest. A 9mm can stop a fucking car. Oh yeah, it absolutely can. All you gotta do is hit the driver.
If you got like a specific video in mind, go ahead and
that was
share
funny. I enjoyed that. That was good. I appreciate that he put himself directly in the situation there, right? This is a guy that threatened to kill him, and he walked up to him. This might be a good one.
The pro-gun, pro-immigrant sheriff.
Sheriff Mike Chitwood is a familiar face across Volusia County in eastern Florida, a sprawling section of the state best known for both its beaches and NASCAR's Daytona 500. It was also one of the last places in the South to end segregation.
This excuse for a human being.
Blunt and often profane.
Alec, if you see the chat, if the chat gets blocked for her link, can you make sure you clear it so I can grab it?
Who knows who this scumbag is?
Mike Chitwood, a passionate. The 54-year-old political independent is both pro-gun and pro-immigrant, and he's been endorsed by the NRA and the NAACP.
Thank you.
Because you're on the news.
Thank you.
We love that you just say what you're feeling.
And since taking office last year, he's publicly feuded with nearly everyone who has questioned his vision.
If I don't get reelected, I really don't give a I am going to do my job of what I was elected to do. What I was elected to do was bring progressive change.
I like it.
That change has come by deploying a statistical crime tracking strategy popular in many cities called CompStat.
Why do we have two sets of numbers?
And he's moved away from a focus on weapons training toward a policy of de-escalation.
which is
He's
important.
also ordered an independent study of all recent officer-involved shootings and mandated that his deputies keep their body cameras on when responding to a call.
Yes, absolutely.
Everything we do is not about kicking in front doors and dragging people out by this.
So far, I like what I'm hearing about this guy. Like, we need more officers like this. He's progressive on immigration. He's talking more about, hey, it's really important to train people to learn how to de-escalate a situation. Because again, a lot of the problem is you get a lot of these officers that show up that are even angrier than the suspects. I call it righteous anger or whatever makes you feel better. But the reality is, if you cannot approach a situation calmly without reaching for your gun, you're not calm. That's all there is to it. There is a certain issue with police officers right now where everybody approaches every situation with this gung-ho take 'em out attitude. It's the wrong fucking attitude to approach any sort of potentially violent situation.
Scruff of their neck. Statistically, it's 80% of the crimes are committed by 15 to 20% of the same people over and over and over again. That means the general population, the people that you come in contact with.
I would like to reiterate something he just said. He said same people. That is not referring to a race, because I feel like that happens all too often. He is saying the same individuals that commit crimes at one time are likely to also commit crimes another time. Meaning he's talking about rehabilitation programs or shit. And that has everything to do with the prison commercial complex. If you don't know anything about the prison commercial complex, it's referring to the fact that at some point in time, taxes are no longer the reason why these prison complexes are run, but they're run from a fiduciary response to these prisons that are paid by the government from a private contract point of view. So prisons are basically privately owned, and the government takes so much in taxes from people and then turns around and feeds that into the prison system to cover for the prison's costs. And the prisons will go out of their way to make sure that the prisoners stay in these prisons as long as possible, and maybe also happen to return to these prisons as often as possible, which allows them to make more money off of these prisoners. It's a really disgusting system that for some reason it's legal. It should not be legal. It's called rehabilitation. We're not doing any rehabilitating. We're just repunishing.
Every day are not criminals.
Chitwood.
Go ahead.
Yeah, to be fair to some degree, and this is like probably where I kind of turn into more of an extremist when it comes to my political views. If there's someone that's frequently participating in violent crime, I don't think they should remain in society. I think we are not as liberal as we need to be when it comes to capital punishment.
Yeah, we're not going to go too much into that. That's typically going to be against policy, but
that's the whole
now
idea.
If we want to say sending him to the farm, I understand where you're trying to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if we're sending someone to Heaven's Farm because they are being a little too naughty,
right,
if you will, and they just continue to be naughty no matter what. That's that's just my perspective. Like, there are people that are constantly doing, the wrong things, over and over and over,
right?
Not showing any degree of remorse.
Mm-hmm.
They don't deserve to remain outside of Heaven's Farm.
Right.
That's my opinion.
His career began as a beat cop in Philadelphia, where he spent several years investigating homicides. He eventually moved to Florida to become.
Imagine being a homicide officer and not being super jaded all the time.
Before he ran for sheriff.
You're described as bullheaded, as stubborn, as brash, as offensive. It's difficult to manage the way that you're managing. Can't you tone it down a little bit?
If you don't like the fact that we're going to put sanctity of human life first, and we're going to switch from a warrior mentality to a guardian mentality, then I think you need to go.
I like it.
Because the day of being a
warrior
like it. And policing your community like you're a warrior, that's the past.
Last August, however, the Trump administration rolled back restrictions on giving military equipment to local police, and President Trump has struck a far different tone on policing.
Please don't be too nice.
Chitwood says during extreme weather events like hurricanes, Volusia County has utilized surplus military vehicles and he applauds the president for making more available. On most days, you'll find him riding his bike.
How you doing tonight?
We tagged along as he rode through the mostly low-income neighborhood of Spring Hill in the city of DeLand, where he stopped to talk with residents about recent crimes.
We have an idea of what happened, but we need a few more witnesses to get us to where we need to go to make an arrest.
I like this guy.
We had a homicide here a week ago.
We need more
Right up
people
here at
like
this
him.
house. There was some type of an altercation with a homeless man. When the altercation ended, somebody pulled out a gun and shot the homeless man 5 times.
You're in a pair of shorts and you're riding your bike in what people would consider to be a dangerous neighborhood looking for a killer.
Correct.
Does that sound kind of strange to you?
It may sound strange to people who don't do this for a living, but for those of us who do it for a living, it's the norm.
I like this guy a lot. Yeah.
It's a philosophy known as community or neighborhood policing, and
which is what we're supposed to have. These officers that are just basically ticket jockeys that are running around just finding excuses to pull you over, put something in your fucking record, raise your insurance rates. Man, fuck them. They're doing everything they can to cause harm and not good.
Yeah.
Let's see what you sent.
I think I credit. I would credit.
Ooh, this video hurts.
I would credit a lot of the efforts for police reform to various auditing, like First Amendment auditors.
Miss Kate, I'm gonna try to listen to this, but that was a little rough. I don't know where.
Turn the volume down a little bit.
That's not it. That's not it.
Well, I get. I can hear it. I understand what it is, but.
Oh.
You know.
Miss anybody in the room, it wasn't intentional, but we'll get to you. To the members of the media, thank you for coming out here.
Oh, I don't like that.
Be a little bit longer than a normal press
so it's
conference
directioning to only one.
That we want
Do you guys hear it that way? Is it coming through OBS the same way?
Press conference today is when you're trying to
that's rough.
A radical group of cowards.
Oh, no. I'm far too neurodivergent to follow what just happened to me. Oh, that hurt my face. That made the muscles in my jaw like clench a little bit.
It's also, what is that? 54-minute video?
I mean, it's way too long. Like, that'll end our whole podcast. How? It's only 8 months old. How? Fix it. Is there a way? Ambient mode? Annotations?
Unity and sunshine destroy it.
My
the
face.
Unity part is what you're going to see in this room right now.
This is a fat no. I can't. I appreciate what you're trying. Oh no. Oh, I know. I like this guy though. The other video I was watching in the newscast where they interviewed him. This is a stellar dude. This is a stellar dude for sure. I like him a lot. I'll actually probably take a clipping out of this cast and post it to TikTok talking about him. We need more of this. This is the kind of policing we need, is people that actually give a shit about the human life and not so much, and the human experience. Like, you see it in TV shows, but you don't see it as much as in real life. You get a lot of zealots, like weird legal zealots that don't give a shit about what's actually important. And this guy is on the other side of that. He wants to prove that the point of police and sheriffs is serve and protect, with a big emphasis on serve. Serve. You're supposed to do things for your community. You're supposed to help your community. That's what you're paid for. You should be out helping someone. A guy is on the side of the road with a flat tire. You should probably jump out and help the motherfucker put a new tire on, more than you should worry about trying to chase down a guy that's hot rodding around. I think that's a really, really important thing that we've lost as a society, is there's a lot less people doing the right thing and a lot more people only serving their own means. He's legit. He seems legit. Nothing about this man strikes me as dishonest, honestly. Oh, damn, that hurt my face though. Holy crap. I'm well, because not new information, but like, I'm thoroughly neurodivergent. So when I hear something like that, man, it throws me through a loop. we're gonna switch topics now. Scott actually sent me another clip that I think really sums up what it means to be a chef, and I mean like legitimately. Whatever makes you feel better. Whatever makes you feel better. But this sums up what it's like to be in a kitchen environment from the interview process.
Hey, let's take a look at the old resume, shall we? Oh, Johnson and Wales. Oh, you know how to dye onion, I see. Beverly Hilton. Okay, cool. Oh, the Tiny Olive. Is Chef Eddie still there? How'd you like working for him? He's a piece of shit, isn't he? All right, no, it looks good. It looks good, and quite frankly, we're desperate. So I'll just say it. But one more question. You ever been to jail? Really? Never? Not even for a night? No, huh?
Internet outage got you?
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think
it's gonna work out.
I don't think it's gonna work out.
Record.
Your record's too clean. Like, not even a possession charge? Like,
I worked with a guy at Cheesecake Factory who was a felon, and Cheesecake Factory was the only place he could get a job.
no shit.
So
I'm just saying the number of times that I've walked out of the back of a 4-star restaurant and seen dudes getting ready to shoot up heroin. And I was like, oh, wait, I work with these dudes. And it's like, oh, that's fucked. Oh, yo. What's up, Curb? What's yo? What are we yoing for?
yo ho fiddly dee.
No, not quite. I'm sure that wasn't it at all. You're moving to the States next year? Oh, I'm so sorry. But wait, you live in Canada. I'm not sure which is the lesser of two evils here.
Just come to Texas. I'll put you up in a room.
Don't do that. Don't live with him.
Look.
He will give you the best rent around. Also, you're going to Texas. Where are you going in Texas?
If it's DFW, you better come rent for me.
Where are you going? Houston? Nope. Too far. You don't want to work in Houston from where he's at, even if most of your work is work from home.
Houston is not that great of a city.
Yeah, it's super, super weird there.
It's not as bad as Austin.
It's not as bad as Austin. That would have been funny if you were working in DFW, because then you could actually meet with Skittles and see if he could hook you up with a place to be. But I don't know. More specifically, the Woodlands? Nice. Go hog hunting while you're there. Hog hunting is fun. Hog hunting is fun.
Hog hunting. You know what's also fun?
About an hour from Houston. Nice. I'm sure you were in Texas for a little while. I remember you were talking about it. One thing you'll discover is that nothing is anywhere close in Texas. You know, when I was living in DFW, part of the reason why people don't socialize super well there is because, frankly, everything is a 15 to 30 minute drive. I'm not even joking. If they're not literally a neighbor around the corner, it's a distance. Everything's a good distance away.
And around the corner, it can be like 4 or 5 miles.
So for Scott, the closest like grocery store is a good 15 minutes in either direction.
No, it's not 15 minutes. I can get there in 10.
Yeah, if you're trying real hard to get there in 10.
Look, I'm just saying Brookshires is not that far.
You know, going to drive up to Arlington to meet friends. Hey, if you're in Arlington, you feel free to give the Coney Corner a stop, because that means you're not too far away. Arlington's only about 20 minutes away from where he's at.
Well, depending on what part of Arlington, but yes. I
mean, assuming we're talking edges of Arlington, Pogmahones is only maybe 20 minutes from most ranges.
Yeah.
But make sure you go by the Coney Corner and at Pogmahones in Fort Worth.
And come get a wiener.
And come get a hot wiener from the Wiener Man. Which I suppose we could plug your shirts again. Where is that at? Let me see.
Do I need to send it to you again?
We gotta plug the shirts every time. Every time we bring up wieners. Where the hell is it? Did you send it to me on the Fastbook?
Probably on Facebook.
I'm scared to open Facebook with you around.
I'm not sure where.
Hold on. Let's do this real quick.
Yeah. Let's hang on. Let's go to Shopify.
Oh man.
My store.
My store. Just post it in Twitch chat if you can.
Here, let me get this thing open. Online store.
If you want the Wiener Man's other wiener, that's 100% between you and him. Oh, by the way, we're gonna go ahead and show this sleeper build that was sent to me. Look at that beautiful sleeper build. That's so crazy. That's so wild.
Yeah. I figured you would appreciate that.
Let's see. So here you go. You can go there and get yourself a... I'm a member of the Hot Wiener Club. Or, because I know of your persuasion, I got raw dogged at the Coney Corner. Yes. Where's another shirt that does it better? I think you should get it in yellow, to be honest. Yellow is the best color for this one by a lot. A 98 PC that runs 2077 in fucking full graphics. Could you imagine? There you go. There's the shirt you should definitely get if you eat at his stand. Do you carry shirts at the stand?
I don't. I need to.
You really need to invest a couple $100 into your own shirts to have them there on site.
It would cost me about $100, but I could do it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But I also got my next round of bills pulling here in the next 5 days or so.
That's true. That's true. I'm just saying. My family would publicly execute me if I put on that shirt.
All you gotta do is just get the one with the flaming wiener on it.
Aw, come on, Curb. You'll be fine. How about this one?
Oh.
Would you get executed for this one?
Put my wiener in your mouth.
Oh, there it goes.
He really did a good job with these logos. Like,
They're
I'm
really
very
solid.
happy with them.
You don't know Black Asian parents, man? What about this?
Homophobic.
What about this one? This one's safe. This one's right.
That one's pretty safe.
I'm a member of the Hot Wiener Club. Curb's like, I love all these shirts, but also I value the continuation of my life.
It's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Speaking of phenomenal, you know what's also phenomenal?
Oh, fuck. What's phenomenal?
Final Fantasy VII.
It sure fucking is. Yeah. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's John from the Small Wiener Club. I love that shit. That's so funny. I'm so happy you brought that up. We'll have to watch that at some point.
And let me pull it up for you.
Oh no. But we were talking about Final Fantasy.
Hey, you can keep talking about Final Fantasy VII. I know that's your baby.
Oh god, Final Fantasy VII, man. So as you guys know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out very much at the early of this next year. I think it's actually supposed to be either January or February. I could look it up, but I'm not that concerned about it right now. To give you an idea, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is something that's really, really exciting for me. Is Final Fantasy VII my favorite Final Fantasy? No, it's really not. I think Final Fantasy VII is a really good game. It's definitely a top 3 Final Fantasy game for me. It's absolutely beautiful. The characters are enjoyable and rememberable. And that's kind of really important, right? Memorable characters is super important to RPGs. And what makes it really interesting for me is that Final Fantasy VII was the first JRPG I've ever played. It is the first Final Fantasy game I ever played. It is the first RPG I ever played. I had never played another RPG before. I think I'd kind of fucked around with Dragon Quest on the NES at a friend's house one time, and that was about it. So I actually have a story about that. Maybe some of you are old enough to remember a time when it wasn't uncommon to walk home from school, even when you were like 8 years old, 8, 9. I think it was maybe 10, maybe 8 to 10 years old. And I had been squirreling away whatever spare change, few dollars I could find here or there. But my elementary school in Wenatchee, Washington was maybe a quarter mile from my home. but also it was right across the street from a Blockbuster and a Target. Like you would cross the street, go down the road a little bit, and there's Blockbuster and Target. And this was around the time Pokemon Stadium was pretty new. So I would go down there and I would play the Pokemon Stadium. And well, this particular day I went down there and I played Pokemon Stadium at the Blockbuster, and I realized I had some extra money on me, and I was like, I really want a new game. I really want a new game for my PlayStation. And I wandered down to the Target and I was looking at the games case, and I've always been a nerd. I'm not even going to fucking like pretend. I'm not going to front that I was anything but a nerd ever since I was a kid. And I remember walking in front of the PlayStation's game case, and I knew I had enough money to get anything on the greatest hits. For those of you that are too young to know about greatest hits, because I think they stopped after PlayStation 3. They don't really do greatest hits anymore, right?
They don't.
They don't, yeah. Greatest hits games.
Considered retro at this point.
Yeah. So greatest hits games were games that sold particularly well and particularly fast, and they reprinted new labels that said greatest hits on the side. And it was basically under the assumption that the people that were going to buy these games had probably already bought these games. So they relabeled them as greatest hits, and they would sell them for $20 to get whatever last little bit of market share they could get out of them. And there I go, and I'm looking at all the greatest hits games, and I see this case, this white case with a skinny dude with a fat fucking sword on his back, and he's holding the sword, and he's got blonde spiky hair, and I'm like, oh, me and my little 8-10-year-old brain, oh, look at that dude's big ass sword. That's got to be a badass game. It's a greatest hit, so you know it's going to be good, right? But it's a badass game with a dude with a huge sword. I bought that shit with the fucking spare change in my pocket that I had at the time, took it home, had no idea that I was playing one of the greatest games ever devised. I knew I just figured it was some little thing that nobody had ever heard of. And that's when I discovered how other nerds are, because I was never that weird nerd that had to push himself on other people. But I was talking about it with some friends at school, and this kid that nobody ever talked to started talking to me about it. Like, oh, I've beaten that game 4 times. I've got all my characters are level 99. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, I just started like 2 days ago. What the fuck? But, you know, that was the first Final Fantasy game I ever played. Man, that was my first JRPG, my first serious RPG. I have been hooked. Final Fantasy VII is the game that got me started. So you can imagine when they announced Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they were like, we're going to make this take a while. This is not going to be a fast release. We are going to be as good to the source material as we possibly can. Oh my God. If you have not seen the trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, let me tell you, it is just one of the most beautiful fucking things ever. So let's go ahead and watch it all together right now. Here you go.
We're still here at the scene of this terrible disaster, caused by a massive tornado which swept through sectors 0, 1, and 2. Amidst the wreckage of the expressway, search and rescue operations are already in progress.
The unknown journey continues.
Wow. Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done.
I love that they start us off with the fattest question mark, by the way.
But in reality, it's barely hanging on.
Because they show everybody that from the incident being in ambulances and shit. But then everybody's running around.
And you're asking me this? This is gonna sound crazy.
And it's because this is an alternate timeline from the original FF7, which is like weird and creepy and fun, and I'm excited. I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited.
It is the very essence of our star. The blood coursing through its planetary veins.
Dude, it's so crazy looking at this game.
According to Hojo, they're connected to Sephiroth. Shadows of the Man, I believe he called them.
Sephiroth was in Midgard. We fought him. Whatever happened, he's alive.
But why come back now? After 5 years, doing who knows what?
Well now, think we woke it up.
Angered it, more like.
Angered it, more like. You know the worst part for me is I don't own a PlayStation 5, and I don't think I'm going to be able to play this till it comes out on PC, and that hurts my feelings.
She may be new, but she's still a turk.
Wild Slash is one of those moves that shouldn't be good, but it's actually stupid good. Oh, and Red looks so cool. And Aerith looks so cool. Wait, do they have combination attacks?
This looks very Kingdom Hearts-esque.
Nah, you know what it really reminded me of is Chrono Trigger. A little bit of Kingdom Hearts, but Chrono Trigger, the way they do combination attacks.
Into the very depths of your soul, that she can become those you hate, those you fear, those you love.
Fucking Sephiroth, man.
You murdered.
Do you get the feeling that those shades are memory versions of all the cast?
You know that I killed her. So, who is she?
Bro, this leaves you asking so many more questions than any answers. Like, the fact that he just killed Tifa, and he actually just asked, you know that I killed her, so who is she? And it's like, and it's a 2-disc game because they couldn't fit the entire fucking game on one. I'm so fucking... I keep trying to avoid the word horny, but I'm going to give it to it here.
You got a boner for video games.
I really am hard for
this. You got a video game boner.
I'm really quite erect at this moment for this game. I am so fucking excited for this shit, bro. This is going to be just the greatest experience, and I'm... Square, you're crazy for this.
It is one of those games where I really wish I'd played the original, and I probably should still play the original.
You should really play the original and not the remake until you've played the original. And it's really important to understand that they... Well, no, it's more than that. There's 2 separate games.
Yeah.
No, they are...
I know.
You have the second hand massage incident? Fantastic. I'm here for it. Massage me. Massage me. Massage me.
Massage me.
Wingardium Leviosa. God damn it. Fucking shit cast turning into meme cast. Anyways. I don't know, just watching that video, like, I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of... I was talking about it, somebody had said it, I can't remember, I think it was Asmongold. I'm not sure if it was Asmongold, but it was somebody. Maybe it was another guy, I was watching some other video, where somebody explained that video games never... There's no such thing as being done developing a video game. And what he was trying to say is that when it comes down to, oh, where'd you go? Skittles, come back.
Oh, hey, I don't know. Did this thing turn off?
Skittles.
Oh, this thing closed.
Tell me.
Unless it died.
Did your phone die?
It died.
Your
My phone died.
That's fucking hilarious. Well, get your phone plugged in and get your light back up. We'll just do this. We'll just do this in the meantime.
We're gonna get a completely separate angle on me.
What are you doing? I'm not pulling that up. If you're using the other camera, I'm pretty sure I disabled it.
I gotta. Well, first I gotta charge the phone. Right now it's at. Well, I got one of those really good chargers though, so it shouldn't take too long with it being shut off completely.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, but you know what? But Final Fantasy VII having multiple discs though, that was That was crazy.
Dude, it was crazy. But what I was trying to say before we got interrupted by your camera, what I was trying to say is in the case of game development, the guy was saying that games are never finished developing. They just run out of time. And when he said it, it kind of really put a lot on my mind. And it's like, yeah, that's why I enjoy so many of these lower poly games, is because these newer games that are coming out that have inherently less graphical fidelity. I mean, if we're talking about a great game with really middle of the pack graphics, all we've got to do is talk about Elden Ring. I know you didn't play Elden Ring, Skittles, but I played a shitload of Elden Ring. I have never played a Souls game in my life. I played a shitload of Elden Ring. The game, in my opinion, and I'm old, I get it, I'm fucking ancient, but in my opinion, that game was beautiful. It wasn't beautiful in the way Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just now was beautiful. It wasn't even close to that kind of beautiful. That density was really quite low by comparison. But it was beautiful because not only was it extremely functional, it was extremely obvious what you had to do, how to do it. The gameplay was the focus. And when you're having a really, really fantastic time with a game, graphical fidelity becomes a really, really low marker of quality. And that's a good example of a game with decent graphics. Let's not even get into the fact that Baldur's Gate 3, if you really, really look at it real close, it's not really that pretty of a game. They did a lot of things with textures to cut corners to just make solid objects that are pretty enough to be obvious what they are, but otherwise they're kind of fucking whatever. They're just there to fill space, and there are a lot of reused plants and everything, and that's fine with me. You want to know why it's fine with me? I don't give a fuck about the plants. If I'm not picking them up, they're just part of the environment. And what makes the game so good is the environments aren't really all that important. The gameplay, though, is fantastic. Elden Ring, the gameplay is fantastic. Hollow Knight. I think Hollow Knight's a really pretty game. Is it a high poly game? Fuck no. It's cartoony. It's kind of bleh. Fucking amazing game. Bloodstained, really good game. The old Final Fantasy 8-bit games, excellent games. Low graphical fidelity. There is a problem in game development now where graphical fidelity has become the most important thing for a lot of these devs. And the reality is they're not reaching their audience goals. And the reason they're not reaching their audience goals is because the game just sucks. There's a lot of games out there that are just very, very bleh to play. And they're just not fun. At the end of the day, I think companies would benefit a lot more from focusing less on deadlines and focusing a lot more on gameplay. Speaking of gameplay, if Scott will hopefully come back on camera any second now, bippity boppity fuck you.
Hang on.
Dot Hack. If you have never seen Dot Hack, all hands up in the chat if you've actually seen Dot Hack or are aware of Dot Hack as a game. But if you've never seen Dot Hack, it is a PlayStation 2 series that had 7 titles.
If we want to talk about multiple discs.
And you had to. And the thing is, it was like the original DLC upgrade. I'm not even joking. Think of how think of how Mass Effect played into itself. Dot Hack plays into itself. Your saves from your previous Dot Hack game matter in your future games. And it's a game that never got any real attention. And the biggest reason it didn't get any real attention is because, well, frankly, I think JRPGs just didn't hit the same in America as they did in Japan. Because Dot Hack, wildly popular in Japan. Wildly. But nobody even heard of him in America.
Yeah, no, let's see, hang on. I'm almost back.
We're going to go ahead and look at some Dot Hack gameplay. Not Dot Hack Infection, but Dot Hack Original. Wait, was Infection original?
Dot Hack, it was the very first one. Also, my camera should be live again. I don't know.
You probably need to give me a new URL. Just send it to me on Discord. Oh, wait. Nope, you just went live. Good God, bro. Fucking clean your room.
My room is clean.
No, it's not. I just saw it. You can center your green screen a little better. Good enough. Good enough. Oh, apparently we're in German. You thought your room was messy?
Hang on. Cat just knocked over my green screen.
Wait, is this in German or Japanese? Because that's Japanese now.
Yeah, no, it's...
This is what it looks like. So...
It's ugly as hell.
So, dot hack. Let me explain to you guys what dot hack is. Dot hack is the concept that basically built into Sword Art Online as an anime.
Because SAO before SAO.
Yeah, so basically dot hack is an MMO. Like, these guys are playing in this MMO. I can't remember what the name of the game they're in, but you're basically playing as the avatars in the MMO. But the players are coming out with infections from the game. And it turns out it's either like an intentional parasite or a bug in the code. And your characters, Jesus, you're having... Hold on.
No, the cats keep knocking this thing over.
I was going to add your technical difficulties badge up, but I don't have it on this scene yet. I need to make sure I add that for future memes.
I have a cat that's wild, going wild right now. Buddy. Hang on. I'm going to hold this shaft.
Oh boy. God damn it, you're so sus all the fucking time. All the fucking time, bro.
Keeping it solid.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dot hack. So basically, a couple of players that are really following the news and think it has to do with this game and maybe a literal virus that people are catching from inside the game. Well, they're running around trying to figure out where the infected code is. And you, as the player, over 7 discs, 7 full game purchases.
Well, the first story is 4 discs.
Yeah.
The second story, it happens in the future of this particular game, and there's a lot. It gets weird.
This guy's super cool though. This is your character that you play, but the game is super fun. This boss was a pain in the ass when you first face him. I think it took each of us several tries to beat this boss the first time around.
I guess it took an hour to beat this guy.
Like, this isn't actually his fight, but it's one of those fights that took a long time for us to beat him because he was just like, Jesus, he's so hard. But you feel super good about it when you win. Yeah, system error, system error. It's your first time experiencing one of the infected NPCs. Sounds a bit like the game Crosscode. I've never heard of Crosscode. We'll have to look it up after this.
The World, that's what it's called.
Oh yeah, the game was called The World, and it was really fun. This game is super fun. So, a little bit of fun trivia about Dot Hack as a franchise. We're going to go to eBay here. I want to point out something. Between the two of us, between Scott and I, we own every single game in the Dot Hack series.
I have all 7 in my nightstand right now.
They're all 7 in the nightstand right now. But when JRPG games started getting more popular, the prices on these started going up. So these are the Dot Hack signs, whatever, Dot Hack. Oh, TCG. Weird.
Well, you're looking at him.
I wonder if the prices have finally gone down. No, that's the PS3 versions. Oh yeah, here you go. So this is just Dot Hack Mutation. This is a game.
Okay. Here, let me send you this link.
This is a game. Which Mutation was 3, right?
Mutation was number 3, yes.
$290. These games are rare as fuck. We got the entire collection. I think you got the first 2 or 3 of them for $40
the first
right?
one I got it. The first one's the most common one. I got that for $20.
Yeah.
The second one, I probably got it for like 30, 40. But the last two were about $65 each.
Yeah, and I found them. I found them for super cheap. And I was like, bro, you've got to buy these games. They're only getting more expensive.
Yeah,
So,
look at the
so
look at
Mutation
the
is
just barely
60.
sent you.
Is that Mutation? No, this is Mutation. Why is this one?
Yeah,
Is this case only?
No. Part 2 is Part 2 Mutation. If that's the second one. Part 3 is Outbreak.
Part 3 is Outbreak. You sent me a link.
Yeah, it's for the full collection for the first 4 games. $1,000.
Oh, look at Quarantine. Quarantine is only 473. Only. Oh, Jesus.
Oh man.
Okay, to be fair, this $1,000 lot, if you look real close, I mean, these cases are pristine, bro.
And they have the DVDs inside of them.
And they have, I was gonna say, and they have the original anime DVDs that were supposed to come with these.
Can I fanboy over this real quick? Just because, this game was so far, it's so far ahead of its time. It could not truly be appreciated by the average weeb. Okay?
Hold on.
It was.
No, keep talking. I was just holding on for the chat.
Oh, but so you play dot hack and infection. There's a level cap for that specific game. You beat the boss, and then what it does is when you have to save the game, and it's very it says you have to save the game now because you can't really improve anymore. And your saved game is going to have a marker on it. So that way when you play the next game, it recognizes that you actually played the first game. It recognizes that you actually played the game before it.
Yeah.
And that happened for 4 games in a row. You can't actually play the next game without beating the first one.
Yep.
That is unheard of.
At the time
of this game coming out, it's unheard of. Additionally to the fact, there are potentially hundreds of thousands of various different levels to the world.
Yeah.
It
was a really complex game. It was one of those games that came out before people. I guess it's hard to understand if you weren't like a PlayStation 2 baby like the rest of us. But oh hey, that's a pretty good deal right there. You see this?
See. For 5, oh yeah.
Like I said, that's a pretty good deal right there. And the cases, the cases are an immaculate. Oh, dirty. Yeah. So you're gonna buy this, right?
Ooh, nope.
Oh wait,
if you want to buy it,
can. Look, all the DVDs.
Okay, on top of the fact, on top of the whole fact that the game is the way it is. All right. Each of these games came with a separate DVD that basically showed all the events that were happening outside in the real world from.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was when they weren't logged into the world.
Yeah,
when they weren't logged into the MMO.
And it showed what they were doing, what was actually happening in the real world, and it gave a lot of insight to what was actually going on and how and what why everything was happening the way it was. Because there was something specific that was happening outside in the real world. I'm not going to spoil anything.
I feel like I should steal back the PlayStation and all these games and just live stream all of it.
Man,
you gotta live stream all of this on Shitcast, man. We gotta live stream all of this on Shitcast at some point when we have a bigger audience.
Imagine?
How fucking fun would that be? Oh my god, these games are just so fucking pretty, bro.
And I just remember sitting in your one room back in whatever the dude's house was. I don't know.
At Marv's? Yeah, at Marv's
house.
Yeah.
And just playing this game. And it was just I just remember listening.
Dude, it was addictive.
Listening to dubstep the entire time. It was such a wonderful experience.
Dude, it was such a vibe back then. We had to go and get older and fuck everything up for ourselves. You know that? It was such a
Right.
vibe back when we were in our 20s, and we just kind of fucked around and enjoyed everything
like-
because we were too broke to do anything else.
Like, yeah, and we just hang out because all we knew that just like we could stay up however long we wanted because we had
Well,
to be
and I
covering
also-
newspapers the next day.
Yeah, no
Like-
shit, right? No, I just miss the old school vibe in general. I just miss when people just like got together, hung out, fucked around, and had fun. Like, I don't know. I feel like the world has changed in a way that I'm not super on board with. Oh God, the small wiener club. Yeah, let's go. Why is this all Stolfo?
Because he's the guy.
I'm aware. Oh no.
You have one new message. Hey, this is Phil from the Small Wiener Club. Sorry to get back to you so late. I just finished reviewing your application and information you sent in. But I am sorry to say that I don't think I can allow you to join our group. From what I'm looking at, your wiener is massive. I mean, the sheer girth and juiciness alone is ridiculous. It looks as if somebody glued a forearm to the bottom of your torso. You could probably stand on it like a tripod. And that's not even mentioning how fat your nuts are. But it does appear
Who does
that you're going to have
these?
to take that ginormous schmeat somewhere else. But thank you for trying, and best of luck to you.
So stupid. Oh no.
I just thought
No,
it
no
was
more Meat
very
Canyon.
fitting.
No more Meat Canyon. What is this image? Oh hey.
Look.
Here we go.
Okay, let's see here.
We're gonna react to some Asman real quick because it's fucking great.
Nah, you guy, bro, you guy.
No, brother, I'm not gay. What are you talking about? I'm not gay.
What? Yeah, can I get your Instagram though?
My Instagram?
Yes, your Instagram. You're really cute. You're really
Oh,
handsome.
thank you. Yes, I got you, brother. Okay, I send you now, yeah? You like my... Of course.
Yo, how much per month? How much per month?
I was gonna pull up the clip that he said that. Where he said that.
I fucking love it. Guys, you know what though? I don't know. We didn't even make it to the end of my topic list. That's just gonna have to go to next week. Guys, I know time is money. I appreciate that you spent yours with me. If you guys have any more questions for us before the end of this podcast, feel free to hit us real quick while I'm doing my outro. But we'll be back on Tuesday again next week. As I've said before, I'm no longer doing the gaming live streams on the weekends. I'm trying to save money right now, so I'm using all that free time now to do extra work around the farm, try to cover some of my bills and losses a little bit for the next few months. We may or may not get back to gaming live streams at some point, but they're never going to be long series anymore. Baldur's Gate kind of made it hard for me to really enjoy Baldur's Gate for a bit there because it was like I can only play on Saturdays. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back on Tuesday. If you guys aren't already on my Discord, please come and join the Discord at JLock TV. If you haven't seen Scott here on the Coney Corner, make sure you follow him on Instagram. Scott, why don't you go ahead and share that with the audience?
My Instagram is. Hey, I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Hell yeah, put it in the chat.
.com/ Oh, hang on, that's a comma, not a period.
While he's doing that, I'll go ahead and remind you guys that again, this whole podcast will be on YouTube. I am putting the entire thing on YouTube, and that is youtube.com/JLockTV. Please, if you haven't already given me a follow, please go over there, give me a follow, like the videos, and leave comments because it helps my stream grow. And if my stream grows, that means I can maybe do more than one podcast a week and maybe get back to gaming streaming eventually. My TikTok for the inspection next week. Hey, if we want to add 30 minutes of TikTok inspection for Curb, I'm down. I am down. Make sure that doesn't have too much Riley Reid in there though. I don't need any issues. I'll even make a whole TikTok view where it that's what we could do, Skittles. We can move
Throw
the fecal
some Alfie in there.
We can move the Fecal Matters logo to the bottom left here. We can basically reuse this entire screen and then just put the TikTok videos in the dead center of the screen.
That'd be Yeah, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
you have Google. You can look her up. I'll let you do that.
Eva Elfie is an amateur porn star. I'm not afraid to say it. It's my channel. If I get banned, it's my fucking problem.
I just remember. Look, here's the thing. I keep seeing ads.
I will
for,
point
some
out
sort of
this.
weird AI chatbot thing. It has the stars
Guys,
Eva Elfie. I'm like,
if at any point this channel stops going up on Tuesdays, it's because I got banned here. So make sure you also follow me on Kick, where I will immediately start podcasting without even hesitating a little bit. Schedule is chaotic as fuck. Hey, whatever you can do, Tuesday nights. That's the key. Remember, we're going to be doing this at the same time Tuesday nights every week. Guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Welcome back to. Thank you for coming to Fecal Matters, a podcast where we talk about dumb shit. I think we've talked about a lot of dumb shit today, and I've had a great time doing it. I know time is money, and I appreciate that you spent yours with me from the Coney Corner and JLock TV. We thank you, and you guys have a delightful week.